whether it's a rock, a natural object, or perhaps some technological probe that was produced by another civilization, the way we produced Voyager, Pioneer, New Horizons. We might not be the smartest kid on the block, and we should just open our eyes and see what comes our way from outside the solar system.
Something is out there, moving in a way we can't quite explain, not like anything we've ever seen before. 3 Iatlas, an interstellar visitor, is behaving strangely, so strangely in fact, that scientists are beginning to question if it's even natural at all. Every 4 hours, this object shifts position in the sky, not erratically but with precision, as if guided by an unseen hand. It's not the random, chaotic movement you'd expect from a rogue asteroid or comet. This is something different, something deliberate, something controlled. The first clues didn't come from visual observation, but from the data. A small, subtle anomaly appeared in the trajectory of 3 Iatlas. Initially dismissed as a statistical error, it soon repeated exactly 4 hours later. That's when 2 scientists from Russia, Yuri Medvedev and Sergei Pavlov, both experts in celestial mechanics, sent out a brief but incredibly significant message to the astronomical community. In it, they confirmed that 3 Iatlas was shifting its position with a regularity that defied explanation, moving every 4 hours with almost mechanical precision. But that wasn't all. Along with this movement, they detected another anomaly. Its brightness was pulsing, not erratically, but every 2 hours, as if it were following a schedule. At first glance, this could seem like a natural cometary behavior, but it's not. 3 Iatlas isn't a typical comet. It doesn't have a tail, no coma, no outgassing. It's cold, silent, and lifeless. The natural rotation of 3 Iatlas, observed by multiple teams, was already known to be around 16.7 hours, a full spin, taking nearly an entire Earth day. But what was causing this additional rhythm, this 4-hour cycle? What mechanism could make such a massive object, 33 billion tons, move on schedule? The most likely cause, jets of gas pushing the object as seen in comets, was quickly ruled out. There's no visible outgassing, no tail, nothing that suggests the kind of activity we typically associate with comets. 3 Iatlas is still, silent, and yet it moves. The scientists' observations weren't speculative. They were based on formal, peer-reviewed data. This wasn't a whisper in the dark. It was a formal communication to the world, quietly asserting that something out there, far beyond Earth, wasn't behaving the way it should. But why is this so important? Because once you rule out all the usual natural causes, outgassing, rotational instabilities, or binary structure, you're left with an unsettling hypothesis. What if 3 Iatlas isn't a natural object at all? What if, instead of being a rock, it's something engineered, something built? And as more data comes in, the evidence mounts, pushing more and more scientists toward the question that no one has dared to fully ask. Could this be something artificial? The key to the puzzle lies in its movement and the regularity of its behavior. Every 4 hours, the object shifts in position. Every 2 hours, it pulses with light. These aren't random fluctuations. They follow a set pattern like clockwork. It's almost as if 3 Iatlas has an internal system, a mechanism that keeps it moving according to some unknown plan. Something about this rhythm feels engineered, calculated. It's not like anything natural. The timing is too precise. The consistency is too deliberate. And then there's the question of its mass. With an estimated mass of 33 billion tons, the force required to alter its position even slightly is massive. This isn't something that happens by chance. It suggests propulsion, a kind of control, even if we can't see how it's being applied. Theories have been put forward. Maybe 3 Iatlas is a contact binary, 2 objects loosely bound together, creating strange brightness patterns. but that still doesn't explain the precision of its timing. The object's behavior doesn't align with any known natural phenomenon. So, the question becomes, what if the object's movement isn't caused by some natural process, but rather by something external, something purposeful? Some theorists have proposed that 3I Atlas could be a relic, a probe from another star system, an artifact of a civilization long gone. If it is in fact an engineered object, its purpose remains a mystery. Was it built to explore, to observe, or simply to drift through space, silently following instructions set long ago? Recent spectroscopic studies have added another wrinkle to the mystery. They've shown an unusual ratio of nickel to iron in the object's composition. Normally, these metals appear together in stable proportions, but in 3I Atlas, the nickel is disproportionately high. To isolate nickel in such large quantities would require industrial processes, the kind we associate with metallurgy and refinement, something we do on Earth, not in the natural universe. This could indicate that the object wasn't just a natural formation, but the product of deliberate design. Then there's the question of its brightness. Images from the European Space Agency have revealed something that doesn't look like random reflection. The brightness appears structured, perhaps even emissive, not the typical behavior of a comet or asteroid. Some have speculated that this could be a sign of internal mechanisms at work, a form of energy emission or light manipulation that doesn't conform to the usual models of celestial bodies. Could it be a machine? Could it be something that was built to move, to change, to collect data? It's still a theory, but one that's gaining traction. Some believe that 3I Atlas might be a probe, a relic of an ancient star system sent out on a long journey that's only now, millennia later, arriving at our solar system. And if it is, it's an incredibly sophisticated one. With its regular movements, its shifts in position and light, it almost seems as though it's following a programmed path. What if 3I Atlas is trying to tell us something? What if it's a message, not in language or sound, but in its movement, in its behavior? It's a possibility that can't be ignored, not when the data is so consistent, so precise. And what if it's been here all along, drifting through our solar system, silently watching us? Maybe we've just never noticed it before, or maybe it wasn't ever meant for us to find. If it is artificial, if it is a probe, a relic, or some sort of spacecraft, it raises a terrifying question. Who sent it? And why? These questions may never be answered, but they push us to re-evaluate our understanding of the universe, to ask whether we are truly alone in the cosmos. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe 3I Atlas is just a rock, a fragment of some long-dead star system, and its movement is just a coincidence. But the numbers don't lie. The data doesn't lie. The object moves with purpose. It pulses with regularity. And that makes us ask, what if this isn't a rock at all? What if it's something much more? We don't know what it is, but we know it's not behaving like anything natural. And that simple truth is enough to change everything. So we watch, we listen, and we wait, because something out there is moving, and it might be moving on purpose. Comment below, what do you think 3I Atlas really is?